Hello, hi Rajiv ji. Kamal here from merasangeet.com and a warm welcome to you today once again on Chatting Chai.
Thank you very much, Kamalji. Pranam.
प्रणाम राजीव जी कैसे हैं आप
Very good. How are you?
वेरी वेल थैंक यू सो राजीव जी 9 सितंबर की हम सबको बहुत ज्यादा बेसब्री से इंतजार रहा So, any developments there that you want to share with our listeners here on Mera Sangeet on the immigration bill?
The latest comment from the chair of the immigration subcommittee on the House was yesterday was that they expect to vote on immigration law in October. And what they
Okay.
are going to vote on is their own bill. Because instead of having a comprehensive reform bill containing everything, what the House has done is they have, I think, 4 or 5 bills, including what is relevant for our audience, which is the skills bill, basically dealing with business and professional immigration. They want to vote on those bills, and if they do get passed, then the House version and the Senate version will go to conference where they will mutually decide what kind of changes they will accommodate. So
Okay.
there are opinions. People are actually some people are commenting that this might go all the way to 2017, whereas a lot of others are of the opinion that this will get done within the next 3, 4 months, 6 months maybe. So we'll see.
Okay. Okay. So anyway, we're all again hoping for a positive outcome. And now, on Mirror Sangeet, we have some queries sent in by our listeners.
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
The first one here is from Akhilesh. He writes a little bit about his background. He says he completed a master's degree in US, worked on OPT for 1 year. Before expiration of OPT, applied for second master's and started working on CPT. Applied for H-1B in April 2013, H-1B approved till September 2015, but change of status request is denied. And currently working on CPT, will graduate in May 2014. Now, he says following is stated in the I-797B. It says, I quote, even though the named worker is ineligible for change of status, they may depart the US and apply for the proper visa at a consulate abroad, quote unquote. So his questions are, number one, instead of traveling out of the country now, if I go for stamping in December, will my H-1B be still valid as it is approved till September 2015?
The answer is yes, but here is my problem. You have to be very careful with this situation because it appears to me that USCIS is not convinced that you are maintaining student status even though you think you are. So
Okay.
that can put you in unlawful presence, which means 180 days after the date of the denial, you could be barred from entering USA for 3 years. After 1 year, you could be barred for 10 years. So be careful.
Oh,
Have your lawyers
okay.
review it very carefully. There is a hidden issue here that they may not have considered. So please have them review the decision for unlawful presence. If the unlawful
All right.
presence idea is out of the way, then can you wait till December? Sure, the H1 is still good, no problem.
Okay. His second question is, can I keep working on CPT till May 2013 on F1 status?
You'll have to talk with your lawyers. A lot depends upon the language of the H1 decision and the circumstances.
All right. Okay. So anyway, in case he has any further queries, he can write to you as well and
Sure.
get his queries answered.
We'll do our best, but this is not a casual conversation. This is not like a couple of minutes. This is somebody's going to have to go over his paperwork. That's why I'm suggesting go talk to your lawyers because they've already done the work.
Okay. Another question here, Rajiv ji says, I have an H-1B approval notice that is valid until next year. I've been working with my present employer for 2 years now, but I have found a position with a different company. Can my H-1B approval be transferred to this new company?
H1 approval be transferred. Sure. It's not called approval transfer. It's basically like a new H1. It's an H1 transfer, and of course, it's not subject to the quota. Only time it's subject to the quota is if you are going from a quota exempt organization to a quota organization. So
All right.
otherwise, there is no problem. Yeah, you can transfer.
All right. And the third query here is from a listener who says, This is my question for Rajiv ji. I just wanted to ask, if a third party, say a spouse or a sponsor, etc., accompany an applicant to an interview for a non-immigrant or immigrant visa?
Is that a question? Can they go with somebody for a visa
Yes,
interview?
yes. Can a third party, say a spouse or a sponsor,
There,
accompany an applicant to an interview?
normally no, unless there are some special circumstances, and this is entirely up to the local consulate rules. This is not
Okay, and
this is not a
what would be
this is not a federally mandated process. This is something that is left to the consulates to decide how they are going to run their affairs. I think you are going to
Okay.
ask me about what are the special circumstances, are you?
right?
Well,
Right,
one
right,
example
yes.
is if somebody is in a wheelchair,
Right.
they need assistance. So, yeah, that's one example.
Okay. So, Rajivji, these were the queries sent in by our listeners this week.
Very good. Kamalji, always a pleasure talking with you.
And same here, Rajivji. Thank you so much for being a part of our show, and have a great day ahead.
You too, ma'am. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Rajivji.